Hello, farming family. Welcome to Alipad Farms. I always say there is money in the soil, and you always need to get your hand dirty. Today, I just want us to discuss about the planting calendar. It's about the planting calendar for a new year. Yeah, the planting calendar for a new year. Planting calendar is one of the important factors to consider when it comes to production. Yes, you can't go without the planting calendar. The planting calendar helps you to know when to do cultivation to meet the demand peak. You don't just have to enter into a production without knowing the period in which you have to do a production to meet the demand peak. So the most important thing is to know your calendar very well, and then you'll be able to crop to meet the demand. Yes. So starting with the cropping calendar, we have the April-May production, March, April, May production. So with such production, when do you have to start your cropping? Good. With such production, you can start with your land clearing around January, 1st January. You can start or begin with your land clearing, or first week of January. You can start with your land clearing. Your nursery for the crop, either tomatoes, either cabbage, either bell pepper, either any other crop. Yes, you can start with the nursery around 15th, 10th to 15th of January. 10th to 15th of January. Then your transplanting begins in February. You do your transplanting in February, and then your fertilizer application follows. So around March ending April, you are heading to your maturity of the vegetable. So that is the stage. The March, April, May production, you have to begin in January. By January 10th, you have nest, or January 15th, you have nest, and then you transplant in February. Your application goes on, and then you'll be harvesting around April. Yes. Then you begin with your next production around May to June. Yes, your nursery have to be May. So doing your nursery in May, then you transplant somewhere in June. So that means August, September production. That's the mid. That's the mid production. You understand? So August, September. Then transplanting, you have to start the transplanting in June, and then July it continues, like your applications, your fertilizers, the stuffs. Yes, and then August to September you start with your harvesting. That one is a mid peak. It's a mid peak. Yes. Then your other production also goes this way. That's December production. Your December production have to start from September, clearing like that the land. Then October you do the nursery. So November, December, the produce is out there in December. That's another season. Yes, that's another season. You don't have to do production around June. That means June, July, you have to skip the June, July production. The June, July production begins in March. You understand? It begins in March. So if you are cropping around March, you are going to hit the June, July, where mostly crop are abundant at the market, and you will not be able to meet your expected income or sales from your produce. Yes, good. So you have to consider that. Good. You have to consider that. So from your December, that's December production. Yes. If you want to meet the February March production too, then you have to begin in November. So November nursery down, December transplanting, January, February. So March you are doing the harvesting. Yes, that one too is also a peak demand season. Yes, that's one also is a peak demand season, because talking about that, you are entering into the dry periods At that time, you are entering into the dry period. That's November. That's November, December production as to start in September. Good. And then February, March production as to start in November. You have to begin around November. I hope you are getting it. Begin it in November, nursery. December, transplanting. So January, February is application, then March you're harvesting. Yes. And then January, you begin your clearing in January. 10th of January to 15th of January, nursery making. Then you transplant around February. So March, April, you are doing harvesting. That's also one of the peak demand. Then you go your mid peak. Your mid peak demand starts in May. Transplant in June, July, August. So August, September, you are doing your harvesting. It's 3 months and 2.5 months. Good, depending on the crop that you want to do. Then you also start with your December production, clearing the land in September, nursing in October. Then November, December is ready. Starting your February, March production begins in November. So December you transplant, January, February, March you are harvesting in March. Yes, it follows like that. So that is the cropping calendar for this 2025 year round. So if you want to know more about this cropping calendar, we have the cropping calendar too available. So if anyone is interested in the cropping calendar, this is the full cropping calendar that I've given it to you. This is the full one. Mostly videos that I do is a half of the calendar, but here today I'm revealing the full calendar. Yes, cropping calendar specifically. The cropping calendar helps you in terms of the days to do your nursery applications, do this way, the intervals of applying certain chemicals or any treatment to the crop. Yes, one thing is you have to read your cropping calendar very well, because this is what is going to help you for you to achieve the success from your production. So if you know you have not yet subscribed to the video, make sure you subscribe to the video. And if you have any question, you can drop your comment too, or you can drop your comment at the comment section, or you can contact me on my number so that we can talk much about it. I'm available for all farm services, for farm consult. If you need a consult, you can contact me. If you need a farm supervision, you can contact me. If you need any training regarding vegetable production, you can contact me. I'm gonna give you more videos on your application schedules too, because it's very important to know your application schedules, know when to apply your chemicals on the crops. So that is the cropping calendar. That is the cropping calendar. If you have any doubt about some of the months, you can contact me. And each month too, we have a specific crops that, I mean, when you do during that time, you're gonna earn. Yes, it has markets during that time. So if you want more detail, you can contact Alipat Farms, or you can drop your comment and I'm gonna help you. Please subscribe, share the video, and you will like it. Like the video. Thank you very much.